G'day guys, back again. We've got a 2012 Suzuki Swift 1.4 litre petrol. It's coming for a misfire, so let's see if we can do. We'll get the fin scanner on there for the RT Diag 800 BT. Let's see how good this one works. Tried it on a BMW yesterday and it was really good, so let's see how it goes on this. Obviously we've got the engine light on, so let's just, while we've got it here, let's just run it for a code check and then we'll decide what to do from there. Well, that's great, that doesn't work, so let's go back out. Suzuki, these in alphabetical order. So we just got this sent from TOPDON, so we just want to give it a good workout. So, oh no, cancel, manually select. Others, Swift. Oh no, that's not right. That's also not right. Just trying to find the right vehicle here. Okay, that's the one it is then. Auto. Cylinder 2 misfire detected. Alrighty, let's get under the bonnet and have a look. Alright, like always with the dead misfire, we like to do a relative compression test first. So quickly whipped out the fuel pump relay. We got the high amp clamp around the battery cable. Standard, we're set up on the Pico, so let's give it a crack. Just make sure, if we've got a mechanical fault, we're not going to go start pulling stuff apart. Let's give it a crank, see what happens. Alright. So at the start of that, I think we almost started a little bit of residual fuel in the system, so let's just go down and pick something later down the track. Let's just zoom in even a bit more than that. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong here, so let's get off this and let's whip off the top cover. Let's have a look at the ignition system. Alright guys, we're set up. I had to set up the Pico and the zoom already because unfortunately I need 3 hands to control this. Zoom there, hold the camera and hold the secondary wand down. But as you can see in the middle of the screen, we've got a known good here on number 4, and you can see the nice little oscillations directly after the firing line. And I'll show you number 2. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that. I'll try and... So if you can see that on the screen, that when we get the firing, look at all the hash. Instead of the nice oscillations after the firing line, we've got a lot of hash, which to me looks like carbon tracking. In my opinion, that looks like carbon tracking. So either on the plug or internal to the coil. So I think we are definitely going to pull this coil out. If I really can be bothered, I might just pull the wiring back on it and just put an amp clamp on it and just see if we're shorted somewhere or anything like that. I don't think we're going to be shorted secondary or anything. I just think we've got an internal fault inside this coil or the plug itself. So I might just whip them out and have a look. Well, for the sake of being on camera, I just did it anyway to show you guys what I thought would be the case. And look, as you can see from the amperage waveform, doesn't appear to be shorted secondary or anything like that. So as I suspect, I do think it's carbon tracking either on the plug or internal to the coil itself. So you know, at the end of the day, we can do the swap test. We don't like doing that, but we can swap the 2 coils between 2 and 3 and see if the misfire changes. And that will prove it, you know, 100%. At the end of the day, these tests that we're doing, we've got the Pico set up already. All the tools are here. It's 2 seconds, you know, and we're proving it without disconnecting plugs. And you know, if it's a wiring fault and we fix it inadvertently, what do? So some people may think this is a waste of time, but at the end of the day, it's good evidence for the customer anyway, and at least we know why. And the more we do these on cars that are easy to do them on, the easier it will be to do on vehicles that have problems and are harder to do these tests on. So I'll swap those plugs over and I'll show you, and we'll see if there's, and then I'll swap the coils over and then we'll pull the plug out and have a look at it. So I've just swapped those 2 coils over. As you can see, the good one from number 3 is in now, is in number 2. Hopefully you can hear this. As I go to take that off, obviously we drop down lower, and as I go to take this one off, nothing happens at all. So this is running. I mean, if we can look at this coil, there's nothing visible of it arcing or anything like that. So I really think it, well, I'm going to pull the plug out of number 2 anyway, but I really think it's going to be an internal fault in this coil. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but there's definitely no carbon tracking on this plug. Is there high resistance? Probably, and look, that gap is quite large, so I dare say the high resistance from this is probably would have caused extra stress on that coil. And really, we could have had a look at that firing kV when we had the secondary on the screen. But to be honest with you, it doesn't matter, because if we've got a FAB coil, it's getting plugs anyway. So I did pull the plug out of number 3 as well, and it's also in the same state. So this is going to get a new set of plugs. I'm going to recommend all 4 coils anyway, with the amount of kilometers on it, and then see how we go. Get it running again. New plugs, new coils. Absolute powerhouse 1.4 litre. So that's all done. It's got a bit of a squeaky belt. I'm ringing the customer to see if they want to do anything else with that, but should have no issues with the ignition system going forward now. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.